Joko, I want to ask you about when you look back at your career and you're having such great success right now, and you've had it for the last few years, but really, when you look at the course of your career from you're starting out and the different movies you've done, even whether it was apa namanya, dari Janji Joni, which is always to me a kind of like a beautiful, also because of the music and also just because of the kind of vibe of that movie. But you got Janji Joni, you've got Arisan and all the other movies that went along. Pintu Telarang dan Berikutnya, and also the fact that you wrote some movies. Is it like charting the course of your life in a way, Joko? Is it like, okay, it went from this one, and then this one was at this age of my time and this kind of my development? How do you look back at the movies that you've done, and how do you see those movies when you reflect on them, Joko?
I don't see them actually that way
You don't, okay?
because I kind of plan my movies. If you remember, we talked about this long time ago. I plan my movie from the first movie, and even now until my ninth movie, they're still on course. Because you see, in my first movie, there are hints about my second film, and on my second film, there are hints about my third film, and so on and so on. And even until now, I am on my ninth film. It's still on course. So it's not exactly I'm doing my films um, as I age because I planned this film when I was still young. So I don't know. Maybe I'm still my movies now still as immature as I planned them when I was still young. I don't know, but I think I like it that way because I like to think that my movies are still very playful.
Mhm.
Um, a
Well,
lot of
there's always, I
a lot
think
of
they, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
yeah, a lot of times people tend to um a lot of time people tend to think people as some thing they like to they tend to think they like to think movies as something to be
Analyzed.
apa namanya itu overanalyzed and over philosophized, and they
Mm-hmm.
forget how how fun a movie should be, you know, over
Mm-hmm.
how playful a movie should be. And all my movies, I think, will always be playful and should be enjoyed that way.
Mm-hmm. So there's always, even though that it's a extremely frightening horror movie, but there's always that kind of that I don't want to say tongue in cheek, but there's always a little bit element of kind of a bit of dark humor or something that is like we're all in this together, kind of looking at the audience and saying, this is an experience we're sharing, kind of thing.
That's the thing, yeah. Even though all my movies are personal and each one of them has something to say, or commenting on something, but just like in a conversation, if you are with a friend, a very close friend, you don't talk about things, even important things, in a very serious way. Just like when we talk about serious things, you joke about things, I joke about things, even though we talk about important things, right? So
Mm.
that's how I like to 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 do my movies. I like to do my movies the way I talk with close friends. You know, I
Mm.
don't want to talk about, even though they are serious stuff, but I don't want to talk about them seriously.
Okay,
If
so there's a
yeah,
intimacy, right? There's an intimacy and
yes,
there's an
yeah,
intimacy,
yeah.
right? Because you're sharing an
If you are
experience.
exactly, if you talk about things, even serious things with people that very close to you, you don't do it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Intimacy means you open up about things and you do it in a not very serious tones. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
joke about it
Mm-hmm.
because you are very serious and you don't want to impress them. You
Mm-hmm.
want to be very relaxed and
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, you want to discuss and talk about things in a very relaxed manner. And that's how I want to present my movies to my audience.
Okay, great.